What is good? Gonna cap off the rest of my DailyXander number 26. Just got back from getting groceries and doing a work session at a coffee shop on presentation. So very productive. I'm still got a lot more to go with it, but I've singled it down to primarily focusing on cold exposure, primarily using cryotherapy to help with decreasing inflammation throughout the body. So inflammation is definitely the biggest indicator as far as affecting your aging process. So that is what I'm gonna go with for now. I need to start organizing it more concise and start building my slides up. I got several different studies that are pretty solid, but I need to get a couple more. And just know that obviously 8 minutes, I gotta just focus on several key points and just kind of hammer down those key points because I don't want to go off in too many different tangents because it's gonna make my whole presentation a lot longer than it needs to be. So again, it's just focusing on being concise and straight to the point in an 8-minute presentation. So that's something I can do pretty easily. So to get into my interview today, I'm really excited about it as far as the person I talked with and just the whole layout of how the company operates. So it's a private practice, core center of rehabilitation and exercise, private practice, and they deal with a lot of folks that have dysfunction with could be one single muscle or a variety of muscle issues, and that's going to be stem from the brain sending motor signals to certain limbs, and it can even be spinal cord issues. So this place rehab has a lot of rehab equipment that I've never really seen before. But I told the lady that I was talking to, I said to her that it's pretty much got to be one of the few locations other than like a rehab center inside a hospital that you would find this in, if not Central Florida, or at least Central Florida, and I'm sure other locations in the U.S. It's very unique in that sense. So it's not like a traditional gym. The clientele is going to range. She told me they've had anywhere as young as like 4-year-olds. A 4-year-old come in with some rehab issues, all the way as old as the upper 80s. So it's just a wide variety spectrum of special population, people in need, rehab population that will be showing up, and you're really impacting these people. They're also, these people, or how the private practice operates is they don't take any insurance, so people are paying out of pocket. So that's going to make even a bigger difference as far as the people that are rehabbing there. That means if they're paying out of pocket, they're going to be even more highly invested. Because they're paying out of pocket, they want to make sure they're getting their money's worth as far as the sessions go and make sure everything is tip-top as efficiently as possible to deliver value back to them and help them reach their goals. So I found that very interesting, totally different, and I told the lady too, than what I experienced at Equinox as far as, and even big box gyms and other gyms themselves as far as from a sales standpoint. This is not going to be sales driven, so it's not commission based, it's salary based. So with that, it takes less, I don't want to say pressure because I don't mind the pressure like that when it comes to sales. It takes less focus off of trying to be sales oriented, and you're really able to focus on each individual's needs and what they need to accomplish in order to get to the quality of function in their body they want to reach. So that really struck a chord with me, and I found it really appealing in that sense. So it definitely seems like a job I'm highly interested in. I'm going to go back on Saturday to do a 2-hour observation gym floor and see how they kind of run things. It's a very small space, so it's about 3,200 square feet. So the gym itself is not very big, but she did tell me right now they're in the process of building a new facility about almost more than twice the size. I think she said like 72, 73, 7,400 square feet in size. So that's drastically much more than they have right now. And it's definitely workable right now, the space they have, but I'm sure they have a pretty high number of clientele that come in on a weekly basis. So that's something nice to look forward to. As far as if I got hired on, I would have to work for at least a year because they want you to make a 1-year commitment, which isn't bad at all. So that's very doable, and the salary does gradually increase the more training you get. They do in-house certifications, so she mentioned to me all the things you get trained in, but the stuff you get trained in is how to operate certain equipment, rehab equipment, and one of them was the EFS, which stands for electron functional stimulation. I believe I might have botched that a little bit, but essentially it's how to handle hooking up electrodes in certain areas and stimulate those areas with the proper intensity of electroshock to help stimulate that muscle area to bring back proper movement ability, I guess, mind and muscle control. So that was pretty interesting. That's definitely something I'm looking forward to. So yeah, let's see what else about it. They're open Monday through Saturday. Like I said, full-time job. Highly interested in it, so I'm gonna keep proceeding with it, and I'll go from there. Very welcoming atmosphere. I told her like within the first couple minutes that I was very impressed with what I saw on the website, the YouTube channel. When I walked in, it just seemed like a very welcoming atmosphere, and you kind of have to be with the people you're taking care of or helping to rehab. You really want to make it welcoming. You want to make it as least threatening and just friendly, and a very positive environment. It makes total sense. And again, primarily just basic questions I got asked, and then pretty much once she asked me the first question, it just kind of it segued into just a normal conversation with another person, and that's what I like. I like being able to just strike a chord with somebody and have just a normal human-to-human conversation. It didn't even feel like an interview, really. It just felt like my experiences being on a plane a lot of times, or in cars or train situations, like traveling abroad in Australia and stuff like that. Just being next to strangers and sitting next to them and just striking up a conversation, how to maintain a conversation, how to learn from another human individual, kind of like their life experience and stuff like that, and go from small talk to building it up to like more of a them trust me, I trust them kind of vibe you get from just having a simple conversation and being very approachable and being very friendly and positive and accepting of whatever they have to say, kind of thing, and just being able to listen and take it all in. A lot of times people open up to you just because you're able to show those certain social signals as far as listening goes, and just giving the person a chance to speak their mind, whatever's there, and being able to just take it all in and not be slightly offended if anything you disagree with you hear, kind of thing. So definitely know I'm getting much better at that within the past year or so. Like I've never really had a problem being able to listen to people and just take away from it, but I definitely know within the past year I've gotten much better at it, and with anything or with everything I do, I'm always striving to become better and better. There's no stoppage as far as where I stop with certain things. Never get stagnant. I just keep going. And I already see right now this video is at almost 10 minutes, so I need to stop right now because I got a couple other videos I need to attach to this one in order to upload. So I'm going to do that right now. This has been the DailyXander number 26. Pleasure as always. I'm going to get going and put these groceries away. Have a couple kale chips and work a little more on my presentation before I hit the hay and do it all again for DailyXander number 27. And on that note, I'll go peace, love, unity, and respect.